Hi everyone, welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday and happy birthday to me. Today's my birthday, guys. Um, yeah, today's the birthday date. And it feels like time is going so quickly. It's like really going faster than it seemed like every year is going quicker and quicker. The time is just like ticking away. But I am here today, and I'm glad I made it earlier today to come on. So, guys, how was your weekend? I hope all of you had a great weekend and that you're doing good. I have to change these flowers, but I have some flowers and some music. I'm probably gonna change these later on. Um, but I'm here. I like to make things cozy for everyone so that it's comfortable because on this channel we don't judge. What we do is we help build up instead of tearing down. So it's important that we do that um, so that other people can show up and get help with, especially if they're going through some like trials and tribulations. And I talk from a space of everything that I've gone through, guys. Everything that I've gone through and how I became an overcomer instead of succumbing to those um, trials and tribulations that felt like walls closing in. So, with that being said, remember that we're here to build up and not tear down. And remember, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a social worker or a counselor. I'm just someone who's gone through hell, guys. I mean, so much so than most people that, really had to rely on God to get me through. But the key factor is to persevere and not give up. And that's what I had to do. But I realized as I took a step that God was behind the scenes taking 2, 3, and 4 steps on my behalf. I continue to do so and to help others through these videos. So if you feel like donating to the channel, you can go to my page and it says on the more or about, and then there's a link you can click on because I want to help other people and I want to actually start traveling to people in person to talk with them live in person. So guys, let's get into this topic of discussion. The title is, I have it written down here, Never Allow Toxic Individuals to Control You. Never allow toxic individuals to control you. When someone see that you are a kind, loving, generous, giving person, they take your kindness and your generosity, everything about yourself, they take that for, they take it for weakness, and it really isn't weakness. So they think they can come into your life, play with you, use you up, take what they can get, and then go about their merry way. And because I was an overgiver, I wasn't looking at that picture of how I look at it today. What I was doing is just trying to analyze why people would do that to somebody who's good, somebody who's trying to help them, especially when they're going through trials and tribulations, and you're showing up to help them, give them advice, lift them up, and they get what they need from you. And it's like a washcloth that you wring out and throw away, when you're done with it. And that's what it has felt like for me a long time. And because of that energy, it took a longer time for me to heal because people will come in, especially narcissistic people. And I would ask God, why am I attracting a lot of narcissistic individuals? I'm attracting narcissistic individuals over and over and over again. And because I wasn't learning the lessons. And the lesson was to stop overgiving to these folks. When you see that people are in your life just to take, to use, to abuse, and it doesn't matter if they share DNA, whether it's a significant other, a business connection, a best friend that you grew up, never allow people to take advantage of your kindness and generosity. And never let people use you and abuse you and then throw you away like you're nothing. And that kept happening. But I learned to break that cycle, the chains that were bonding me with that situation. I'm still a nice, kind, generous person, but I get to the point now is when I see signs of toxicity, with a person, because I ask God to allow me to see behind a mask that some of these folks are wearing. And as I see that, I just start cutting people off, cut off, block, and delete, because I have no time for that. Because when you learn these lessons, you don't want to repeat them, because repeating lessons mean that when that cycle comes around again, it's going to be worse than ever. And each time that will spin, different characters in a play, but the lesson comes back again and it's worse than ever. And after spinning on that wheel for far so long, I decide I need to change this. And the way I changed it is to stop overgiving to others. When I learned through therapy to do that pro and con list, and with a lot of people who were just in my energy just to take, once I realized that the pro list was outweighing the con, that made me realize how much of myself and time and energy that I was overgiving to other folks who felt entitled to receive from me. They literally felt entitled that they had the right to do this. And, when I would have conversations about it, their attitude was so nonchalant. And so it got to the point where I had to first set strong boundaries. And after setting those strong boundaries and people started to walk over those boundaries, step on them, act like they were not put there in place, then I would just cut off, block, and delete. And guys, let me tell you something about not just cutting off, blocking, and deleting, but my silence. Silence there's power in that. People think you're weak, oh, you've given in because you're quiet. There comes a time where, even God's word says that, a time to speak, a time to remain silent. Sometimes when people won't, they want to disrespect you, and they become very dismissive of you and disrespectful, I just get to the point where my silence speaks for it. First, I go into prayer with God, asking him to help me with the situation. And then I give nothing to the situation because there's nothing to give, because they are showing you that they are not deserving of your time or energy or any of that. When someone disrespects your boundaries, it says a lot about who they are. It says a lot about how they feel about you because they don't have any respect for you. And ladies, let's talk about this. And there's some people in this world, that feel like not only do they have the right to disrespect you, but to tell you to stay in your so-called place as a woman, And some people feel like you're only to be seen and not heard. You're supposed to be in the kitchen somewhere, And we're in 2025. And when you have someone in that kind of energy and they feel strongly about something like that, I leave folks where they are. Leave people where they are, because I'm not going to cater to that. I'm not going to pamper myself into some toxicity as this is, because that's very toxic, And I just don't entertain it anymore. I used to sit and wonder why are you doing this? Why is it like this? What did I do? What did I didn't do? I don't do that anymore. I do a pro and con list, look at the situation, and then when people become disrespectful, dismissive, disregarding me, I just get silent. Because in that silence, there's nothing more to say. I set the strong boundaries. They try to step over them. I shut the door to everything, because life is supposed to be, live. We're supposed to live our best life. And when you're dealing with toxic people and individuals, it's like climbing a mountain with burdens on your shoulders. And you're trying to carry your burdens, somebody else's burdens. you can't climb that mountain. It becomes heavy. And instead of me engaging or in the toxic situation, I just let it go, throw the burdens off my back, continue to move forward. Never allow these folks to make you feel less than zero, to make you feel like you don't matter. Because what I'm saying to you guys is there are some folks in this world who look at women as, less than, zero in some cases. All we supposed to do is cook, wash, clean, and have babies. And I'm talking about some, people, or everyone is not like that, of course. And these people you can't say anything to because they are stuck in their ways. They are stagnated in it. And so you leave them where they are. I mean, that's what I've been doing, is just leaving these folks where they are, moving forward, doing what I need to for myself, and building myself up, because those things can weigh you down, especially when you're on this journey to heal. And if you have healed a lot of things within yourself and you're still working on yourself, all those things will do, it's like the metaphor I use is crabs in a barrel. One crab get up to the top and 1,000 is pulling him or her right back down to the bottom. And people like this, toxic individuals with broken mindsets and broken way of thinking, will drag you back down from all the work that you've done to build yourself up. They would drag you right back down to the bottom, and it would feel like all the work that you've done on yourself is like in a regression. So be careful who you give your time to, your energy. Because remember, when we heal, we're healing our body, our mind, our soul, so that we're okay. Because if you have a broken mindset, you're in pain and you're broken down, you can't help yourself or anybody else. And so it's important to make that a priority and not to allow anyone else to make you feel guilty because of it. And it doesn't matter about the noise that they're talking about, because for me, the noise is just that, noise. And as you continue to work on yourself and move forward one day at a time, one step at a time, the noise becomes faint to the point where you don't even hear it anymore. Never allow anyone, people, to make you feel bad about yourself. Learn to love yourself, and also learn to protect your peace of mind. Do not allow anyone to disturb your peace just because they don't like it. And some people will get on this journey to heal and to take care of themselves, while others won't, because they like to be in a place of toxicity. And as I said in a few videos back, some people are just in a place of misery and they don't want to be there alone. So misery loves company. And what I give is my 1,000,000% silence to the situation. Continue to uplift your mind, body, and spirit. Music, buy yourself some flowers, take yourself to a dinner. Do something that uplift yourself on a daily basis. This is how you take care of your healing. This is how you heal your body, mind, and soul, and don't allow anyone else to interfere with that. Set some strong boundaries and continue to make yourself a priority. Remember, guys, it's important to be at a place of inner peace instead of broken down into pieces. That's the message today, guys. Thank you for being here and showing up. And I will see you again tomorrow with a new message. Remember, I can't give a specific time right now, so please subscribe to the channel, invite others in, and for them to do the same, and then you guys can join me. Thank you for listening and supporting this channel. The channel is starting to grow. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, and you guys have a great day, and don't forget to do something for yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.